Peace everybody, back with another video. This is video of Joe Biden saying the N-word at a Senate hearing has been circulating. Here's the full story. And as you can see, here is Joe Biden when he was younger. It's a video, but I'm not going to play it. Now, Joe Biden has been, when he was younger, he was saying the N-word. And you know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to say it. Diamond and Silk, the two wonderful ladies, they are truthers as well. Right? They are conservative truthers. And people are hating on those two wonderful ladies for no reason at all. They know what Joe Biden has said. Alright? And for all you liberals that want a president that says the N-word, you're going to get what you deserve. You better believe me on that one. Because any president who says the N-word don't deserve to be in the White House. Not once have you ever heard Donald Trump saying the N-word. It had to come out of Joe Biden's mouth. Now remember what he said. If you don't vote, either you're for me or Trump, you're not black. This is Joe Biden saying this. This is how racist he is towards black people. He doesn't care about anybody except for himself. Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton are both the most racist people ever. They don't like the black people at all. They don't. They are evil. They're satanic. They will do anything they can to try and get Trump out of the White House. I was going to say president, but that would be a big mistake right there. They are doing everything they can to make Trump look bad. And here you got Joe Biden, when he was younger, saying the N-word at a Senate hearing has been circulating. Here's the full story. Now look what happened in Seattle, Washington. The police finally took their city back. Got chopped up, literally. Let me put it that way. Everybody got chased out of there. The summer of love was going bye-bye after 30 weeks of taking over Seattle, Washington, about 6 blocks of it. And here you liberals want a Democrat that's going to say the N-word? Are you kidding me? You better wake up. Opponents of Vice President Joe Biden have been circulating a 1985 clip of then Senator Biden using uncensored N-word at a hearing. Absent crucial context. While the manipulation is obvious, the full story and video are worth taking a look at. And I'm not going to play no video because I'm not getting myself in trouble. Now, the opponents of Vice President Joe Biden have been circulating a 1985 clip of then Senator Biden using the uncensored N-word. You know what I'm talking about too. That word I can't say. And it was at a hearing. Absent crucial context. Alright, it was a crucial context, that's all it was. While the manipulation is obvious, and of course it's obvious because Joe Biden don't care about nobody. That's why he's sitting at home on an ankle monitor right now, waiting to be indicted. He's not going anywhere. Where is he going to go? He's at home in his basement with a baby bottle, with an ankle monitor on, not going anywhere. One clip that has been circulating on social media featuring Biden saying, "We already have a you-know-what mayor, and we don't need another you-know-what big shot," in what is a fairly obvious omission of the context that he was quoting someone else. Well, who else could he have been quoting? We like to know this part. Who has he been quoting? Couldn't be Trump, because this is way before he was even around. Hello? And of course, there was that one clip that has been circulating social media of Biden saying, "We already have a you-know-what mayor." And we don't need another you-know-what big shot. So you can't blame Trump for any of this. This is way before Donald Trump was around. Way before. Who knows what Donald Trump was doing in 1985? But this is what Joe Biden has said, and you want this guy as your president. Oh boy, you really better take the red pill quick. Because this is disgusting what Joe Biden has said. Saying that word I can't say, but you know what I'm talking about. Here's Joey Collins on the 3rd on Twitter that he posted this. Alright. He says, well, where was the dignity and respect of Black Americans, or in our words, Joe Biden, that word, when you made this statement? Democrats, this is your nominee for President of the United States, and at Rep. Maxine Waters endorsed this scoundrel. Explain this, please. Yeah. Maxine Waters, she's another Democrat that needs to go also. And here every year you keep voting these same people in the voting, knowing that these people are causing anarchy, destruction, chaos, looting. Non-protesters are spraying BLM because Lucifer manipulates, as somebody would call it. And this is what you want for a president that's going to go around and say the N-word? Are you kidding me? Take the red pill. Joe Biden, I guess he replied, he said, it's time to remember who we are as Americans. We treat each other with dignity and respect. We leave nobody behind, and we give hate no safe harbor. We are everything that Donald Trump is not. No, because the Democrats worship the devil. Donald Trump is innocent. He has nothing to do with any of this. He's somewhere else right now because Iran, they put an arrest warrant on Donald Trump, and I guess that's where he's at right now. Maybe. I don't know. To get this straightened out. And here these CNN is lying on Donald Trump every single day to put him down. And you're going to believe what CNN is telling you? Are you serious? And of course, you know, with Joe Biden, yeah, he's trying to keep you under a spell. That's what he's doing. And Fauci, well, we know he ain't no better. As a matter of fact, I caught a video on Twitter the other day. Not Joe Biden, excuse me. We know this is a satanic devil. But Fauci, he thought the cameras were turned off, okay? He thought they were turned off. After all this song and dance, people got to wear masks, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he got caught taking off his face mask, okay? He got caught. And he thought the TV cameras were off. So that's how much of a satanic this Democrat Party is. They use Baphomet signs, symbols, and everything. They're Freemasons, and you want all these people. They're the ones that sent your jobs to China. They broke the economy big time. And here all you liberals are going to be blaming Donald Trump. Well, he broke the economy. He's racist. He's, excuse me? Do you have proof of anything on him? No, you don't. Prominent Trump supporters Diamond and Silk have also repeatedly promoted the claim without circulating the clip. And I guess so they did. And here's Diamond and Silk's Twitter thing. And of course they said, at Real Deal Hughley, what are your thoughts on Joe Biden referring to black people as the N-word? You know I can't say that word. while he was in the Senate after segregation. And of course, she tagged Steve Harvey, Russ Parshow, I don't know who that is, CT, whatever. Oh, Charlemagne the God, that's what that is. Okay. Well, Charlemagne the God needs to sit his butt down somewhere. The Reverend Al, he needs to go sit down somewhere too. All these Democrat parties and these puppets that are for them, they all need to go sit down somewhere. Seriously. They need to go have several seats, drink their baby bottle, pull up with a baby blanket, and go to sleep, because this does not concern any of these puppets except for what these Democrat parties are doing. And here you're going to put up with Joe Biden referring to the black people as the N-word. Really? Is that who you want for a president? You're sick. And this was posted on their Twitter March 8th, 2020 by Diamond and Silk. And they are wonderful ladies. And believe me, you do not want to get them going, because they will tell you where to go immediately. These ladies are wonderful. They're conservatives. They tell the truth. They get right to the point. They don't sugarcoat nothing. They don't sugarcoat anything. They get right to the point. This is one thing about Diamond and Silk. You would never, ever see them sugarcoat anything, because they are the truth tellers about what the Democrat Party is all about. They're satanic and everything else. And sadly, today on a live stream on Facebook, I had to see a statue come down, a Confederate statue in Richmond, Virginia, a Commonwealth state. It was sad to see a statue that had to come down. You know how angry that makes me? Who cares if Stonewall Jackson was a traitor or not? That's still history. Who cares if he was or not? And here, everybody in Richmond, Virginia, oh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Shut up with that garbage. That's funded by George Soros, in case you didn't notice. I mean, how many more statues are going to have to come down? And this is the first time I ever seen a statue come down on a live Facebook thing. Stonewall Jackson statue got removed today. And it was sad to see it go. It was sad to see it go, because of the Democrat Party, what they are doing to your history. And you're allowing it instead of standing up for it. They are tyranny, they're evil, they're satanic, they drink babies' blood. And this is what you want? Joe Biden as your president, who's a pedo, allegedly? You know, you're getting what you deserve with what's going on right now. Statues are coming down by the Democrat Party. Yes, they are. And it's a sad shame I had to see one go down. They're looting, rioting, the people who created autonomous zones /Chop, who knows what else they're going to create next, whatever name is next. Yeah, they're all doing this. These are all the non-protesters that are destroying your history all over the place. And you're watching it go. There is currently a debate over the propriety of using the uncensored N-word that I can't say, even in a direct quote. So even in context, the video may be offensive to watch, but the context is important and fascinating. Yeah, I don't think it would be fascinating for me to be watching it because Biden is cuckoo. Alright, so they're saying there is currently a debate over the property of using the uncensored N-word. So what is there to debate for? Joe Biden said the N-word. That shows you how racist he is. Biden was questioning then Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights William Reynolds over his nomination by then President Ronald Reagan to be promoted to Associate Attorney General. And of course, you know, Ronald Reagan was one of the good presidents as well throughout the whole 80s. And of course, unfortunately, I think somebody assassinated him too, but I don't know, but I'll try to look into it if I can. Biden was questioning the Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, William Reynolds. Why you gotta question him for? Over his nomination, then President Ronald Reagan to be promoted to Associate Attorney General. Well, Joe Biden did not deserve to be Associate Attorney General whatsoever. He didn't deserve that. Joe Biden was the one to come out, you know what? I can't say that word, but you get the idea. Because you know, you saw what Diamond and Silk had put on their Twitter. Specifically, he was asking Reynolds about his part in pre-clearing a Louisiana redistricting plan that was later struck down in court. Well, it should have never been struck down in court, all right? Because, you know, Joe Biden is a liar. He's satanic, and he don't deserve to be president at all. He don't. You're better off keeping Trump because he's one of the last good presidents to have. But if you even think about putting Joe Biden in the White House, kiss your history goodbye. That means statues are gone, everything. Now, I don't know what he was doing asking Reynolds about his part in pre-clearing a Louisiana redistricting plan. Whatever that is, I don't know. On December 17, 1981, shortly after the adoption of Act 20, the state of Louisiana submitted the plan to the Attorney General of the United States for pre-clearance, as required by that, whatever that is, 5 of the Voting Rights Act 42 U.S.C. 1973C on June 18, 1982. The Attorney General, through his head of the Civil Rights Section, William Bradford Reynolds, informed the state that he would not object to the plan. Well, it should have been objected because what Biden has said. These Democrat parties do not care about the Constitution at all. All they care about is calling the people the N-word. That's all they care about. Plus anarchy, plus looting, destroying things, breaking glasses, taking statues down, which I had to witness today on Facebook, to see a statue come down of Stonewall Jackson. It wasn't an easy thing. And I know a lot of people were really angry in the chat on Facebook. A lot of people were angry about it. And here these liberals in Richmond, Virginia is egging everything on. Oh yeah, get rid of it. Get get it down. Yeah, they got what they deserved. They got what they deserved. Having a statue removed. Because now history is going to be rewritten thanks to the Democrat Party. And you could thank Nancy Pelosi for that. She's always finding something to stick in to pass. And here you people want to make sure your past history is gone. Seriously? You're going to make sure all your past history is gone. All the statues are gone, right? Because this is what the Democrat Party want. The statues all gone. And it wasn't easy for me to be witnessing a statue in Richmond, Virginia being taken down. Now, I don't know my ancestors, and I never will, but I refuse to support anything like that for statues to come down. It is a disgusting thing to do, to have statues come down like that. Totally degrading. At that time, the Voting Rights Act required the state to pre-clear any redistricting plan, a provision that was struck down by conservatives on the Supreme Court in 2013. All right, so the Voting Rights Act required the state to pre-clear any redistricting plan. And it's a provision that was struck down by conservatives on the Supreme Court in 2013. So the conservatives, they didn't like what the Democrat Party had to offer, so they said, goodbye, we're striking it down. And that's exactly what happened. And so it was that on June 5th, 1985, Biden found himself pressing the nominee about that case. In doing so, he asked Reynolds about one of a number of allegations that arose during the redistricting effort. So Joe Biden is trying to weasel his way out of this mess after he knows he said that word, and he's trying to say, oh, well, that's just an allegation. It didn't really happen, but excuse me, but everybody saw what you call the black community, that word I cannot say. Yeah. And you want sleepy Joe Biden as your president? Are you kidding me? I wouldn't even give him 2 cents to be president. After what this man has said, he called the black community the N-word. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Referring to the court case in which the plan was struck down, Biden said, as to the governor, the court concluded, quote, the governor's opposition to the Nunes plan was predicted in significant part on his delegation, as a majority black district centered in Orleans Parish. So he's trying to get out of this mess, but you know that ain't going to go anywhere, because what he did is what he did, and what he said is what he said. There's no ifs and buts about it. Biden said, as to the governor, the court concluded, quote, the governor's opposition to the Nunes plan was predicted in significant part on his delegation of a majority black district centered in Orleans Parish. Yeah, okay, keep telling that lie, Joe Biden, because you never told the truth to begin with. That's why your brain is not all there. Your brain has turned to mush. It turned like some kind of silly putty or whatever. That's what it turned to. Biden then added, and in confidential portions of your staff memo, they brought to your attention the allegations that an important legislator in defeating the Nunez plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a you-know-what mayor and we don't need another you-know-what big shot. So, see, this proves how racist Joe Biden is. Alright? This proves how racist he is. And y'all want him as a president? Are you kidding me? Stick with Trump. At least he don't say the N-word. Not like Joe Biden did when he was younger, and this is way before Trump was even around. Way before. This is the clip that was edited into an attack on Biden, and I'm not going to play it because, C-SPAN, they I don't know, you can't trust them. CNN, you can't trust them. Fake news media, no, it's all satanic. That's why you're better off turning the TV off, get rid of the satanic news media, because that's what it is, all satanic. There's nothing good coming from it at all. Not one good thing about it. Biden was quoting from a confidential memo that had been submitted to Reynolds prior to his decision to approve the plan. So he was trying to prior his decision to approve the plan. So what plan did he have in mind? Oh, calling more people the N-word? Is that what he had in mind all this time? Lawrence Cherhardy, the tax assessor of Jefferson Parish, who was integrally involved in congressional reapportionment as the leader of the Jefferson Parish political establishment and one of the architects of the Nunez plan, alleged Chat Representative Charles Emil Bruno of New Orleans told him at the time of the floor debates on congressional reapportionment on November 5th or 6th, 1981, that he was opposing the Jefferson Nunez plan because we already have a you-know-what mayor in New Orleans, and we don't need another you-know-what big shot. So this is why Joe Biden doesn't care about people and why he was racist. Alright, this is why he's racist the way he is, because of the way he said we have a you-know-what mayor in New Orleans and we don't need another you-know-what big shot. So keep voting in the same Democrats year after year, because you know what? Once everything gets destroyed, you're gonna wish you ever did vote them in. You're gonna wish you ever did. You're gonna wish you did. CNN is already doing a lot of lying as it is. Oh, Joe Biden's in the lead, blah, blah, blah. No, he's not. Joe Biden's a slow turtle. Yeah, that's what Joe Biden is, a turtle. He's losing. Donald Trump is like 15, 20, 25 feet ahead of Joe Biden. And here you got slowpoke Joe Biden, not doing a thing for anybody. All this time he was in office for, a very long time. He never did nothing for nobody. Look where Obama got for 8 years when he was in office. He didn't care about nobody. He only cared about himself. Obama only cared about himself for 8 years. Having parties up in the White House all the time, doing this, doing that, human trafficking on top of it. Yes, and that's right, I just said too, human trafficking, allegedly. And now you want a Democrat president is going to say this word I can't say? You're out of your freaking minds. Representative Bruno was the chairman of the reapportionment subcommittee responsible for the objective to Louisiana House of Representatives apportionment plan of 1981. He was also one of the 6 members of the Joint Conference Committee, which was responsible for developing a compromise plan after the governor's Trines vetoed threat in the House reversal of the Nunez plan. Representative Bruno voted against the Nunez plan, all in votes, and voted for the submitted plan. He played a prominent role in the adoption of amendments in the Committee on Roses and Governmental Affairs and on the Rose floor, which would eliminate the Nunez plan. Yeah, so the House of Representatives, they said goodbye to the Nunez plan, and now of course the amendments were put in place in the Committee on Rose and Governmental Affairs and on the Rose floor, which would eliminate the Nunez plan. So they didn't like the Nunez plan. They said, well, we're going to veto this. We're going to get it out of here. We want the amendments. And that's exactly what happened. They adopted the amendments, which was a whole lot better than the Nunez plan, because who knows what the Nunez plan was going to do. So they said, okay, everybody vote. We want to get rid of the Nunez plan. Yep, everybody did vote. They said goodbye. And now the Democrat Party, they want to destroy your amendment rights. That means take your guns, lose your freedom of speech, lose your freedom of religion, lose of everything. This is what they want now, because they don't want the amendments. They're forcing you to give it up. And that's why all the mask wearing, you're so crazy wearing those. It's called slavery. Look it up on Google. This is why they're taking everything away from you, because the Democrat Party don't care about your amendment rights whatsoever. Biden had also quoted the memo a day earlier during his first round of questioning to Reynolds, but the video of that passage degraded prior to being digitized, so it doesn't make for a useful viral clip. He also promised to press Reynolds about the case throughout the hearing in the same way we would a trial. So they're trying to, so now they're saying that Biden had also quoted the memo a day earlier during his first round of questioning to Reynolds. So Biden had to practice his little script, his speech, before questioning Reynolds, but the video of that passage degraded prior to being digitized, so it doesn't make for a useful viral clip. So they're threatening to do that if it don't make useful for viral clips, so they don't want to make it viral. He also promised to press Reynolds about the case throughout the hearing in the same way we would a trial. And of course, here you see Joe Biden himself. I'm not playing the video at all. I'm leaving the video alone. Biden would go on to press Reynolds at length about the case, including another reference to the memo in question. You can read more of Biden's grilling here, and I'm not going to click on that blue here thing, so whatever it is, I don't care. But Biden would go on to press Reynolds at length about the case, so he was pressuring Reynolds about the case, including another reference to the memo in question. So whatever the memo was in question, I'm probably more dictating lies that he was doing. Ultimately, Senator Biden was successful in blocking Reynolds' promotion in what then Washington Post reporter Howard Kurtz called a skillful effort. So now with Biden blocking Reynolds' promotion, the Washington Post reporter Howard Kurtz called a skillful effort. A skillful effort, huh? I don't think it was a skillful effort at all. They did that on purpose. They did it on purpose because they didn't want Reynolds questioning Biden about certain things or whatever. And this is what Biden does. He went and blocked Reynolds' promotion. As it turns out, the story does have resonance to the current campaign because restoring and repairing the Voting Rights Act has become a key part of his platform. Watch Biden's full questioning of Reynolds above via C-SPAN, and of course, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that. But you know, with the Democrat Party, they're going to do everything they can to have voting frauds, mail-in ballots, and everything else. And it's better off you go in person and vote with your ID instead of doing a mail-in ballot, because anything could happen. A mailman could, I don't know, throw them out somewhere. The Democrat Party, they're using deceased people's Social Security numbers. Why do you think Obama's got multiple Social Security numbers? We don't know which one is his real one because he's using them all. Of course, the Democrat Party is also forging signatures and everything else, which is nothing new, because they want all the deceased voters to vote, and you can't even raise the deceased, really. You can't raise the deceased. It's impossible. How are you gonna raise the deceased to vote? You're gonna go knock on their grave and say, "Hey, we need your vote." Kind of impossible to do. That is impossible to do because the deceased can't hear you or see you or whatnot. It's not like somebody's going to say, "Hey, can we talk to you for a minute? We need your vote. We know you're deceased, but we need your vote for this person." And that, excuse me? Not going to work out that way for the deceased. It's impossible for that to happen. There's no way that's going to happen. And this is what they use. They use Social Security numbers, multiple. They use forging signatures on everything. And nah, you're better off going voting in person. I'm not a registered voter. I just expose lies. That's all I do. And this is the biggest thing with Joe Biden trying to say, "Oh, I didn't say that word." Yeah, he's got dementia. He doesn't know where he's at half the time. He don't know where he is half the time. And I know he's going to try, "Oh, I never said that word." But, excuse me? Why is the video circulating then? You saying that word that I can't say? Why is that? I think Joe Biden has a lot to answer for when his time comes. Leave your comments below. I am out.